Hey, CJ Goecks for GolfSwing.com. I was inspired this weekend by Rory McIlroy's victory at the Bay Hill Invitational, and it inspired me to actually come out here and do a little bit of practice, and it inspired me to shoot this video for you at home so we can learn a few things and take away some valuable insight from what Rory did this weekend. To birdie 5 of 6 holes at the end there and run away from the field, that is really what makes golf really exciting, and we've all dreamed of doing that. But you have to understand what happened here. Rory had a bad last year. It's been, quite a while since he won. I think it was over 500 days. And he shut it down last year. He took like 4 months to rehab. He got married. And ultimately what he did, what's most important this week, is he got a lesson from Brad Faxon at the start of the week. He went and saw Brad Faxon, and ultimately what they got him to do is become reactionary, and it freed up his stroke. So what I'm telling you is it wasn't technique. He was freeing up his stroke. And if you understand some of my videos, I teach you that it is not your job to make a putt. It is not your job to make a putt. Remember, there are 3 factors that go into making a putt: speed, roll, and break. And what Rory really did this week is he really nailed his speed there at the end, and you saw it. And what we learned from the past with Rory is he's a spot putter. So what he does is he picks a spot about 3 or 4 feet in front of the putter, and he tries to roll the ball over that. Well, I've got that simulated here with these 2 tees that you saw in the video. These 2 tees are creating sort of a gate, and that's ultimately what we do. And I call this goal posting. So when you're reading a putt, next time you're on the green, pick out a divot or an old cup and say, hey, does my ball have to roll to the right of that cup or to the left of it? Let's hypothetically say it has to go to the left. Now I'm going to pick out a divot or a discoloration on the green and said, does my ball have to roll to the right of that discoloration or to the left of it? Well, if it's to the right of it, I have now narrowed my focus to a gate area. Remember, the hole is about 4.5 inches big, so you don't have to really make your target really small, which will tighten up your stroke. We want to be free, as Rory said. So we want to kind of create this goal post that we're trying to knock it between, which is simulated, again, by these 2 tees. And this is a great drill for you to practice on. Once you get that spot, or once you read the green properly, you only have to focus on your speed. And one of the drills that I teach that is mandatory is I'll get a ball here about 3 or 4 feet from the hole, and I'll hit, let's say these tees are the hole, and I want to hit it front of the cup. And so when I do that, now that was a little firm, but about 4 inches or so by the cup, we're going to consider that front. Okay? If I hit it a little bit harder, I want it to go in the middle of the cup, so we're going to call it about a foot or so by the hole. And if I go upwards of 2 feet by the hole, 2 to 3 feet, that would be firm. Now, obviously, firm on a 30-footer is a little bit different than firm on a 3-footer. And so make sure you are practicing this game, which I call front, middle, back. Remember, get on a straight putt, about 3 or 4 feet. Die that first putt just barely into the cup. The next one's going to go middle, and then the third one, I want you to ram it off the back. Okay? Do that a few times. Get used to your speed that you can practice on. Then go out to about a big breaker on a side slope, about 15 feet or so, and practice that speed again, and really understand the difference between the speed that you choose and the break. So I'm going to hit a couple putts here and just kind of show you on a bigger break. If I hit this firm, okay, well that one I made. But we're going to go here. Let me hit this soft and go through this area. You will see that when I do hit it soft, it's going to break a lot more. Had I hit that firm, it's not going to break as much. So it's very, very important for you to focus on the speed of a putt. That is the key. So Rory's win was very inspirational. What we learned this week is that, hey, we need to free up our stroke. When you guys are throwing a ball to your buddy or football or baseball, whatever the case may be, you don't think about the angles of your arm. Does it need to be at 90 or 89 degrees? All you do is react. And when you are a player that has played any sports, that's really what it comes down to. Can you react? Can you be free? Anytime you are technical, that is going to stop the flow or the fluid movement of what we need really with putting and in your golf swing as well. So make sure when you are practicing, you want to remember it's not your job to make a putt. Your job is just to get the right read, hopefully, because everyone misreads putts, but hopefully you get the right read, but then focus on the speed. And a great drill to do that is front, middle, back, starting at 3 feet, front of the cup, middle of the cup, back of the cup, move out to about 10 to 15 feet, and practice that speed so you can understand the difference between the relationship of how much it's going to break on a front speed and how much it'll break on a firm speed. This week was great. It's kind of leading up to the Masters, kind of really the season is getting going. You're seeing the big names starting to show up, and I am inspired. I am ready to play some golf. So I'm going to get out here, practice a little bit more, work on my putting, work on my speed more importantly, and I'm going to allow myself to be free, and I'm going to make more putts, and hopefully you can make more putts at home. Birdie those last 5 holes or 5 out of the 6, or even par them. Beat your buddies at the end, collect the money in the 19th hole, or maybe win the club championship. I'll see you next time.